Oh, hi. Good morning, everybody. Welcome in. How are you doing today? I hope everybody is great. This is a reading for the collective. Let's see where we go. Feel free to swap around any energies here. Just take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If you're kind of not aware of how you are working with your own intuition or navigating that or being able to harness it, my Pathfinder group, all 2024, we meet every Wednesday. All 2024, we are addressing and learning to harness intuition and understanding what it is and what it isn't, how to separate that from fear, and really make headway in our lives. So if you want to join Pathfinders, there's a link below. Love to have you. It's a wonderful community, very like-minded, interesting, expansive, supportive people. I've just so enjoyed every single live, every single Facebook post, every single everything has just been amazing for me, and I hope for them too. So come on along if you want to join up. It's in the description box below. Full moon. We have a full moon at the end of this month in Scorpio. So much energy has been going to talk about the eclipse in Aries and the lunar eclipse back in March in Libra. So much energy has gone to that. It's like, wow, we've got a full moon in Scorpio coming up. No one's paying attention to that full moon in Scorpio. Fire. Let's see where we go with this. There's Scorpio energy, transformation, and one more, please. Truth. So, Bach. So someone is becoming right now fired up. Okay, wanting to change their lives, wanting to really step into their truth and sort of be that energy, be the change you want to see in the world, that kind of thing. This full moon in Scorpio is going to reveal some inner truths, some inner passions for a lot of you. So stay tuned. I'll talk more about that in the extended. We'll talk more about the full moon that's coming up. But if you have felt, as I did in this energetic eclipse, this little portal that we've been through from March 25th until April 8th, with, sort of bookended by those two eclipses, it really, for a lot of people I know as well, helped me to transmute the energy of anger, rage, betrayal, abandonment, all kinds of things like that, and change then what happens when you open up to these feelings that may have been super subconscious or driving your life that you weren't even aware of them. When you open up to them, you have power. You then have power to learn from them, release them, thank them, send them off into the universe, and utilize them as wisdom. And I feel like a lot of you have done that or are doing that. And this full moon in Scorpio is going to give you now a chance to dig deep, be passionately connected to someone in ways that maybe were not possible when you had all that other stuff going on. If you didn't transmute that energy, that heavy energy, years and years worth of it, then it's likely that some kind of truth would not have resonated with you. Okay, some kind of truth about the world or truth about yourself, your own value, your worth, that might not have resonated with you. You might still be in that Five of Pentacles energy, thinking that, and it is a mindset, thinking that you have no worth or value, or thinking that you're not up to the task or something like that. The transformation, the scorpionic energy that I'm looking at here really is about trust. It is about being able to be open and vulnerable with another person and to be able to step into trust. So anybody that's not trustworthy, you'll see it, you'll know it, you won't be connecting with it. A lack of trust is something that just is a deal breaker, or a lack of a connection with a person who's inherently untrustworthy. You will have known that. You will bring that up and be like, yep, I see it, not stepping into that. But also vice versa. Like, I think I'm talking to somebody here who sees two people. There could be a triangle here because we are talking about passion. Somebody sees two people literally. But then there's others of you who see two people of yourself, the worthy one, the unworthy one in your own mind, who then attracts both kinds of people, attracting in people who are untrustworthy for whatever reason. It's a soul contract with you, and other people who are trustworthy. And up until now, you have not been able to tell the difference. It's kind of like when you start really connecting with your intuition, that will help you open up to your high self, that will in turn help you to open up to the angelic and mystical realms. But like, you got to start somewhere. And, in this age of AI, being able to know what's real and know what's not, what a superpower that is. There's self-confidence, 9 of Pentacles, the moon. All right, we've got a lot of moon energy here. We're going to have that Aries eclipse energy with us for a while. Okay, it's not dissipating as quickly as a normal moon would. 9 of Swords, the 2 of Cups, the Knight of Wands, Page of Cups. So I feel like I might be talking to some of you when I was talking about untrustworthy. So if you're if you're dealing with someone who is in a third party, meaning you're okay, there's like too much coming through right now. Third party situations are going to be turned around, flipped around in some way, meaning that someone who has been trafficking in that kind of energy sees that as something that's not going to get them what they want. All right, this little mercenary, but is not who they are becoming. Some of you are really transforming into these higher vibrational selves. And so those third party things, it's sort of like, this is not who I am. I don't even know why that is here. And vice versa with the other person or people involved, things could flip around in a big way. And the Knight of Wands becomes trustworthy or something like that. Like, the person who's in that third party situation may say, hey, it's not good for me to do this because, and I don't, good for me to do this. Because then I'm violating trust, and I always want to be building trust. I always want to be aligned with truth. So there's now some action being taken. For a long time, it's been this mindset of fear and survival and all of that. Watch that twin flame reading I did yesterday about the lower vibrational experience of fear and survival. Can we transmute that into grounded and stable? Okay, and flip that around, right? Flip that around. The shadow side of the sacral chakra is sexual power or using sex as a weapon or something like that. Flip that around to, a sort of a communion of souls in the physical bodies, right? There can be that. Flip around the lower vibration of the solar plexus chakra about personal power and, dominating other people just because you can, flipping that around to be the benevolent leader. Okay. And using your power for good and not evil, right? All that kind of, that whole world. You can do that with every single energy. We live in a dualistic society and world and universe right now. And I feel like some of you are really clicking into that of like, okay, I want to flip this around for myself. I want to become more trustworthy because this is the person I'm choosing. And so it's almost like a choosing of the person that you're wanting to be with. There's a crossroads here. We're coming to a moment in time. Come here. We're coming to a moment in time. Cookies for Charlie. Coming to a moment in time where you've got to choose. It's like there's something about third party, like we're dispensing with that term. Even we're dispensing with that. And like in astrology, I've been today I have my astrology group, and I'm talking with you about chart patterns, aspect patterns, yods, kites, grand trines, grand crosses, grand squares, all of these things. And one of the things that's so interesting is with every, like, let's say like Jupiter and your Venus and Mars, like, are part of this triangle, it can be, and it is in those aspect patterns, that there are energies that flow together, energies that are opposite each other, energies that square each other, and how you can then use that, right, as a flip it around for yourself. So if it's like Saturn and, Mars, like the malefics, and then pointing at Jupiter, poor little Jupiter is like, "Ah, ma, 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 I don't know what to do." But the fact is that those Mars is our power and our will. Saturn is the longevity that we need, right? Look at Saturn in people's relationships. If you want to know if you're a long-term partner, Saturn. Okay. And Saturn, we always think of as like, oh, we don't like Saturn, Saturn return, icky. But Saturn really gives us, like, the ground beneath our feet. It gives us the maturity to make decisions that last. Okay. And it's teaching us lessons. But once you learn that lesson, it's like the ruby sword and the ruby slippers and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, that was hard fought. That was hard fought. What are you doing? Cookies are over here. Just relax. Okay, let's see where we're going here. Knight of Cups, Two of Wands, 10 of Wands, the 8 of Pentacles, High Priestess right in the center. I love it. I love it. I love it. The Queen of Wands, the Page of Pentacles, the 2 of Pentacles, and the Fool. So we're definitely going in a new direction with this Fool. This is the crossroads where we're kind of keeping one foot in each world. One foot in the 3D, one foot in the 5D. No. One foot in the old world, one foot in the new world. One foot in the age of Pisces, one foot in the age of Aquarius. That's it. And sorry, Charlie. And we're really learning how to work with these energies, spiritually, emotionally, physically. There's a lot of fire now here. This 10 of Wands is fire that has become overwhelming and like burns us to the ground. The 2 of Wands is about a choice that we're making, a romantic choice that we're making to not step into this again. I don't want this same pattern. I'm releasing this pattern. So I'm going to put my work in spiritually, the 8 of Pentacles and the High Priestess. I'm going to put my work in spiritually so that I can align with passion. This is almost reminding me and sort of lighting up the quadrant of my heart that says the feminine energy of passion and power and sex and unification or unity consciousness or all of those things. It's like giving birth to this new passionate way of being on the planet. And it's like making a choice that is supported by the universe, transforming our physical passions into jet fuel, rocket fuel. So some of you have heard about Kundalini awakenings. Some of you might have had one during this eclipse, because we are talking about Aries, by the way, and Libra about relationships. So there can be some of you who have opened up their Kundalini, and there's a lot of discussion in the spiritual community about, sort of transmuting your sexual energy into creativity in other ways. And so there's something about that, that, if your sexual energy is being dissipated by third parties, like you're stretching yourself too thin, or passion, it's like you're scattering that energy. Some of you have scattered your passionate energy into too many things. And I see it a lot when I teach my business class. People want to be all things to all people. And they're like, everybody's my client. Well, first of all, that's not true. And second of all, although everybody may benefit from what you're doing, not everybody's going to want it or choose it. And that's their choice. So what you're wanting to attract is the people who are, yes, that's something that will help me. That's what I'm looking for right now. Even if it will help somebody and they resist you, let them go. If they resist you on it, let them go. It's not in this new way, this new sort of age. We're not convincing anyone of anything. It's an energetic representation that they're either in that powerful place or they're choosing, or they're going to get there, right? Or they're still learning about it. They're still not sure about it. They still are resisting it. So when you come across that kind of person, you're just like, bye, bye, bye. Come back, come back around if you're really in the same place as I am, in this desire to elevate your passions into the world, in the, however it's working with what you're doing, what you're putting in the world. Collaboration has to be beneficial both ways for it to be a true collaboration. When things are out of balance, it is known as a mentorship, or you're teaching someone or they're teaching you, but it's not a collaboration. Okay. If you're, known as a master of something and someone wants to partner with you, but they don't have as much experience, or they're not in this at the same place as you. I don't want to make this hierarchical. Okay. But there's a definite imbalance here. So you can choose to mentor them, to be their teacher, their guide. And you can do this in a myriad of ways. You can give them advice. I don't know where this is coming from, but okay. You can give them advice. You can give them guidance. You can show them the path. And then they have to come, there you are in there as that's the natural manifestation of half man, half beast, Chiron. Okay. And this person that you're dealing with has to get out of the cave with you. You might have taught them as much as you can, or you brought them along as far as you can. This could be a romantic partner that really wants to partner with you and wants to be with you, but they still got a ton of lessons to learn. Okay. And so if they're sort of turning things around and, flipping it around, like, okay, this isn't going to be a third party. I'm really going to choose the path that is going to keep my energy focused. That's what I want. And I feel like that's what you're doing here with this 8 of Pentacles and the High Priestess. You're keeping your energy laser focused on truth. Aligning with truth is going to always keep you focused. And so back to the business class for a second. If you know what your goal is, if you know who that person is, that's why I talk about creating a client avatar. And most of the time you're doing things that are, you likely, a lot of people are your client avatars, right? You are your own client avatar. And so it's like, okay, well, what would I want right now? What would I need right now? And a lot of the ways Soulful Revolution has been successful is because I have aligned with a particular avatar. Like me. A lot of you are like me. A lot of you have had issues with narcissistic partners, dealing with toxic family members, dealing with situations that make you want to run and hide, people pleasing, all of that kind of stuff. And now I feel like you're spiritually lit. Okay? You're spiritually lit because you've seen that you have transmuted a lot of these patterns from the past. And there is a person here that feels like they want to offer you a connection, offer you collaboration. They need to learn more. You may not be able to take them any further right now. They may need to go in a different direction. So this is about learning, you learning, them learning, all of that. Page of Pentacles and 2 of Pentacles. And you might need to walk your path on your own for a while, okay, before this person can join you. And that is up to them whether they join you or not. Okay, so this person, this 10 of Wands, 2 of Wands, Knight of Cups, 3 of Pentacles. I feel like this person might have put you on a pedestal. Okay, Knight of Pentacles. They're still a novice. They see you being a master. Death. There's that transformation card. 8 of Cups. They've got to go. This person might right now be going through a dark night of the soul. Okay. Or they need to. Okay. They need to. See this? This is Persephone. And here she is again, the high priestess. So you have already done this walk of shame. No, you've already done this. This is about Persephone going down into Hades. And this is the energy of death, where Demeter, her mother, is the goddess of the wheat, right? The summer and fall, right? Of planting and gardening, a little bit Taurian energy there. And the devil, or death, falls in love with Persephone, her daughter, so beautiful, and so lures her into Hades, and they have sex, and it entraps Persephone in Hades. And so Demeter is searching the whole universe, the whole world, Earth over, for her daughter, doesn't know where her daughter is, and finally goes down into Hades and finds Persephone with the devil, with death, and makes a deal. That's where we get deal with the devil. To have Persephone come back to her, come back to Demeter. Demeter says, all right, I'll take her 6 months of the year. You get her 6 months of the year. The 6 months of the year that Persephone is up on Earth, we have summer and we have fall. Spring, summer. Yeah, spring, summer, and then there's the harvest. So fall and winter, when things are collapsing and things are, dying effectively, that's when Persephone goes back and spends Hades, the fall and winter. That's what it is, fall and winter in Hades. And so we don't see her. So you know that in Northern Hemisphere and Southern Hemisphere, summer and spring and summer are opposite to each other. So on some level, we have Persephone on the globe at all times, right? And on some levels, in some perspectives, this is a way of like glass half full, glass half empty. In some ways, we have Persephone never on the earth, right? It's always fall and winter somewhere. And so it's kind of like, I feel like that's an all or nothing kind of proposition this person may be dealing with right now, that they're saying it's either always winter and fall or it's always spring and summer. And they are sort of working with that paradigm in their own life. I do feel like this person is about to go through, or is going through right now, some kind of dark night of the soul. And I feel like you can't go with them there. Okay, because you're up on the planet Earth. We are in spring right now in the Northern Hemisphere. Persephone's here, spring and summer. And this person is like on the other side of the earth in fall and winter. So you can't go with them right now. Those two things can't exist at the same time. Okay. And your job is to move out into the world. Let this person go through their dark night of the soul. Okay. Let them go through that dark night of the soul. So this relationship might come to a halt right now for a minute and a half. Okay. Your job here, the Fool, 6 of Wands. Your job is to grow. Look at you. 4 of Wands. Be celebrated. Page of Wands. Lots of inspiration. Temperance. Okay. That is Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael is on the task. I feel like you might want to, if you know who this is, you might want to ask for some kind of protection for them. You can't do it for them, but I will say to you that, really it's a quest for the truth. They are trying to find their truth is what's happening to them. And they're going through a dark night of the soul to get there. You, on the other hand, have taught them as far as they can come right now. And it's time to let them go through that dark night of the soul. Okay. So I will go deeper into this reading. I'll get some timing about that. It doesn't mean that it's going to be 6 months before this person pops up. Could be longer, could be shorter. All right, we'll take a look at that. So link is below if you want to continue on with me. I'll see you over there. All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.